The first story that comes to my mind is when me and my companion got robbed. It wasn't bad at all. The other sellers had it worse, but they got actually like beaten up, but we were fine. We were walking down the street, and they have these little mopeds here that everyone rides around on, and they have like little speakers on them, so always playing this really loud, obnoxious music. So I was walking in the street, and my companion I was with this tall, blonde, blue-eyed kind of look on his face. He looked always lost because he was new. So we probably looked like prime targets. So there's this light coming at us, and I kind of just was walking. I stepped out of the way thinking, like, what is this light? Like, what are these guys doing? They're going to hit me. So I walked to the side and kept walking. And I looked back, and this guy was taking stuff out of my companion's pocket. So I turned around and walked back and like, hey, what's going on? And then he like, turns around, he's like, give me your cell phone. And I had my planner here and I had my cell phone behind my planner in my chest pocket. So he like felt my pockets and I didn't have anything in there except for like some chips. And I was like, I don't have anything. I swear he had like a spoon in his hand. It wasn't a knife. It wasn't like sharp. It was like rounded. I was like, oh. I didn't think about this till after. I was just like, oh my gosh. And so it was really quick because we were outside of a bar. It was really a lot of people there, so they had to be really fast. So what they do is they have one person driving, one person in the back. The person in the back jumps off, grabs someone's purse, and jumps back on, and they're off. Like, it's really quick and like fast, so you never see it coming. So they just jumped on their moto, or we call it motorcycle, moto for short. They just jumped on their moto and drove away. And we ran to a sister's house and just like, we just got robbed. It was pretty funny. It was harmless. People in Mexico are really superstitious. They believe a lot in like reading the future and like curses. They believe in what's called the Holy Death. It's like the skeleton. They believe with the Grim Reaper, and so they like a lot of people in Mexico worship that. So there's some really sketchy stuff that happens. And almost everyone in my areas, we live close to this like mystic lady that would like read letters or like cards about your future. And like, I remember just one time walking past them, and usually you can't see inside. They have like special candles outside that you can buy for like good luck or like hope or love or like to curse your neighbor. Like they have weird stuff there. And so I was walking past this place and the door was open, and I like looked and saw inside, and I just like get this horrible like sinking feeling. Like it was like of like fear, just like you do not ever go in there. It was just a horrible feeling. Every missionary kind of has a different experience, but I personally had a lot of experience with kind of bad spirits. I had an investigator who was like actually possessed for a whole week, and so there's no training about how to go about dealing with that. So it was that was like the scariest moment of my life. We had to try and like give her a blessing and command the spirit to leave, and it was just a whole ordeal. So just in case that does happen, don't be scared. Just have faith and fast. That was one thing I kind of learned. I remember one time me and my companion were praying about where to go looking for people, and we just took out our map and we prayed, and we said, okay, Father, we need to find you a new family. Please help us know where to go. And we just picked a random street to knock for that hour. And the very last house of course, cliche story, the very last house we knocked, this old lady answered the door, and we asked to come in. She said, come back tomorrow. So we come back tomorrow, and it was her and her husband. We started teaching them, and they were great. They started progressing, and they got baptized, which was a really great story, of course. But in that house, the people that we taught, the older couple that we taught, were the great-grandparents. So in that house lived all of their kids, all of their grandkids. A lot of their grandkids had babies of their own. So that just opened us up to at least 30 investigators. So for the next couple months, missionaries, we were and also missionaries that came to that area were baptizing family members, uncles, aunts, grandchildren. We just got so many people out of that family, and that was one of the coolest feelings to be able to say, oh, you know that family? Well, we found them. Not to brag, but like it was just a really good feeling to kind of find so many people from just such a simple thing. They were one of the most active families that we had from my mission. A couple months after the grandpa got baptized, he was second counselor in the Sunday school presidency, and all the other ones had like callings to the primary. It was really cool. The most active member I have right now, well, I don't have her, but the most active member that I found and baptized is a girl named Mariana. It's actually really cool to see on Facebook and Instagram. She's always posting pictures of the temple and quotes by prophets and scriptures. So it's just really fulfilling finding someone, teaching them, help them through their struggle, seeing them get baptized, and then even years after you're home, they're still active, and she wants to serve a mission, and that just is like the coolest feeling. You always want to see the family that you baptize go to the temple. So, yeah, people like that make it feel like what you're doing is worth it. So those are the people that I remember the most. There's always people that I taught. There's a lot of people that I taught that I don't have contact with them, so I don't know how they're doing, but all I can do is hope that for the better.